Generic greetings and welcome to Laysara Summit Kingdom. Today's beverage is a very nice botanically brewed raspberry lemonade, very tasty indeed. So welcome to the demo of Laysara Summit Kingdom. This is a city builder that takes a more vertical approach. So we have this mountainside where we can build on the side of it, but also build up it as well. So we have different stratas and different levels, not just physically, but also in the type of people that may live and work on these different levels. So this is a demo that is freely available, so I will put links in the description for that. I thought we'd give this one a go because it seems to be a nice different take on the whole city builder thing, and that's a big glow at the top there. Don't think that will be available in this form, but anyway, let's go to new game here and we'll see what this is like. So it says, welcome to Laysara. In this demo you'll build a fully functional settlement. Well, time will tell if that statement's true. Tutorial will guide us along. How do we move? It's typical stuff, W, S and D, and that is very nice. We've got this quite detailed landscape here, lots of bushes and trees, rocks with some algae on the top, etc. That's pretty good. UI is fairly simple. We've got lowlanders, artisans, monks, and yaks. I like the fact that they've placed yaks in this list of like vital population. That's pretty good. You've also got climbers and cart carriers, which we'll probably get onto later on. So, alright, it's time to start building your town. Let's start with a marketplace. It'll be a central point for your settlement as it distributes goods among citizens living nearby. So let's open the food tab, which is nice and separated into like egg production, cheese, honey, etc. So it's all nice and stratified out. Let's go to the marketplace here, and it says build there, and that is fine, but I think it just means build in and around here. So we're going to place it in there. And what we'll do is have a little zoom in to see what it is like. It is nice. Yeah, I like the style of it. Pretty good. Okay, continue on, and it's asking us to build a road. So this is where people come up from. I mean, that's definitely free cardio. Okay, let's go ahead. I'm going to build across and down and then connect this up to the road, as is fairly standard with a lot of the city builder games I play. I'm going to build a road around pretty much everything. We also get these little signs that pop up, which is quite nice as well. Okay, so we need to build, yeah, good job. The marker above the marketplace, there we go, has changed. The new one means building lacks a workforce, which is lowlanders. It says jobs in buildings 8, missing 8. So we need to place, obviously, some lowlander huts. So we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4. I like the way that they sort of change based on if they're next to one another. Shall I place one there and see what it's like? Yeah, it is different. So when you place them next to one another, it does physically change it. So it goes from like that there to like a sort of terrace type of approach. Let me go ahead and demolish that, and we need to continue building. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and naturally we're going to then connect up with the road. And yes, we have basically made just a row of Victorian townhouses, essentially. Let's go to continue here. And it says, great, let's continue developing our settlement by providing our citizens access to mandala building, which is important for their spirituality. So among many of the buildings, it has a range. Okay, so that is fine. Standard affair here. So we can place it somewhere, and it will affect, yeah, it will affect the buildings. So placing it there will still affect these ones, but it's not affecting this tile. So if we were to build more buildings, that may be a bit difficult. Let's place that in there. Obviously the style and the art style and indeed the whole theme is going to be based on something. I wouldn't want to highlight my ignorance as to point out a specific region or culture, but I think you get what they're going for here. Oh, I've just noticed as well there's some people that are hanging around in the town centre there. Okay, so that has sorted these needs out, which you can click on that. It says Lowlanders Hut, level 1. 4 inhabitants. They have upgrade progress. So in order to upgrade the house, it says here you can see both the already fulfilled needs, which is this thing here. This is the mandala. And, oh, that's fine. Okay, yeah. Basically, we need to build more things. So let's start by producing some eggs. It demands a marketplace, which it has, and marketplace eggs. So let's go ahead and go to food and eggs, and a chicken farm provides you with eggs, which can be further processed and distributed. So let's place maybe... okay, it says make sure the chicken farm has the marketplace within range. So we wouldn't want to place it... I mean, we could place it over here. It doesn't say that it's connected. Obviously, the thing changes to green, but I'm guessing that's because of the lack of connection to a road. But in any event, I'm going to place it there. So that is now done. chicken farm is now producing eggs, but as indicated by the icon, it's not sending them anywhere. So we can select that and transport them to, there we go, transport them to the marketplace. Okay, right. If we have to do that for every building, this could become a logistical nightmare. Anyway, over to our production here, and it says, great, let's increase food variety for our folks by placing what's that? A flour made from barley. That's a sampara, I think. Place a mill. Make sure it has our marketplace in range and supply it with barley from the barley fields. So there is the 2 buildings, and luckily we do have a very easy conversion with this arrow. I'm guessing later on we're going to have, multiple things to connect to other ones. And oh, good grief! Okay, so to make this butter tea, we need yaks, butter beaters, herbalist, salt mines. And the tea maker. Anyway, back to the eggs at hand. So we're going to go and place in... I think we're going to place a field there, which then has to connect up to that. So if I say... Oh, and that's out of yak. We'll have to place some yak. So transport that to there, and then let's go and continue. Our mill is ready for receiving barley, yes, but not producing any resources. Like I say, is that Sampara or Sampa? Yeah, anyway, becomes... Building requires only human workers, but yaks as well. Right, so we need to build a place for yaks. So, I like the fact that it's residential yak breeding. Yeah, so we can place a yak breeding facility. So we're going to place it there, and obviously we'll connect it up with a road, like so. Alright, so that is now producing it. So we have the yaks there. So it's just an area effect and just supply. Actually, is it area effect? I don't think it's area effect. No, it's not. It's just you have a certain amount of yaks, just as you have a certain amount of people. So that's fine. And this resource is getting brought from the barley field to here. This turns up to 15 barley into the flour here, which we are going to send to there. So we have resource coming from there into there, and then there into there. Continue. Okay. Great. Looks like your citizens are happy enough to upgrade their housing. Once the housing is upgraded, you can click the button above it. Also, we can just click on those. Okay, let's see what it's like. And oh yeah, it's pretty good actually. I like that. I like that it's changed the focus of the house, but we'll change all these and upgrade them. And strange, I can't upgrade that one, but I can upgrade that one. How curious. Guess that's just out of some resources. Continue. Okay, that is actually out of... It says it's out of that resource. We don't have enough resource to meet the demand. The demand is 4.7. So what I'll do is... I know the game's not telling us to do so, but we are going to place another field in here, and that is fine. That resource will then be sent to there, and now we can produce more, which means we can then upgrade that. There we go. I like we've got end houses as well. That's pretty good. Is there a photo mode in the game? Oh, there is a photo mode in the game. Oh, we'll be playing around with that later on. Okay, turn that off. Let's go back, and it's saying, nice job, thanks. It's becoming a little tight, isn't it? Yeah, just a little bit. So, connect your town to the area on the left. We can use a bridge. Okay. I should point out, at this stage, I don't know whether the mountain is going to be dynamically generated for each of the games. This isn't, as far as I can tell. But, yeah, let's go ahead and build. So we can place this green dot there and build a bridge right across it. And it looks like you can... Oh, you can... I was going to say, you can't go really diagonally, but you do have leeway in where you can place things. Oh, that's very nice. I would not really want to run across it, though, if I'm brutally honest. Anyway, let's go ahead and connect that up to there. Alright, so connect the 2 regions. So this newly reached region will be a great place for the second residential area. Let's put a marketplace down. So marketplace, and... Actually, what I'm going to do is build a straight road. I'll build a straight road across, and then we'll place the marketplace in there. Okay, so operational marketplace. For the new residential area, let's make things interesting and bring a second caste to the town. Your current village houses lowlanders, folks versatile in the ways of nature and the land. Artisans, on the other hand, are crafty manufacturers and service workers. Okay, so we've got our lowlanders and now our artisans. Each caste has slightly different needs, so newly unlocked buildings make your artisans happy. Have 8 artisans on houses on level 2. Okay, so first things first is artisan house. Let's go for 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to go 5 because that's what we did with the other one, and we're going to place them in there. I do like the because obviously it's vertical. You've got this building thing where they haven't just took a big chunk out the mountain. It's actually like sort of raised up at one side and then sort of digs in as well. Same for the market. Lots of stairs going one way. And let's anyway go ahead and build the road around here so they're all now connected. So each of these we can click on and it says they need. Well, they need. It's enlightenment. I was going to say spirituality, but we need the similar thing for these guys. So, they want baths. They want the mandala. They also want cheese, flour, and eggs. Okay, well, let's go ahead and do some of this. So, first things first. That can't go in there. As far as I can tell, can't find any option to rotate. It's not Q and E. It's not RT, not X, and I could just go for key bindings. You can save your camera slots, which makes sense. Photo mode, time, building. No, there's no option in that menu as far as I can tell for rotation. Not a deal breaker certainly, but it is something I want to. It would have been nice to add in there. Anyway, we're going to place this in. Probably at the end here is sufficient. So we're now meeting those needs. We also want a bath, and well, let's place that in. Probably. We could place it down here. Doesn't really matter exactly where. That's not a terrible place for it. So it's just food now, which is cheese, which is Yak Shack. Is that a song? Yak Shack. Yeah. Anyway, cozy place with yaks provides you with wool and milk in capitals. Requires yaks to operate. So it takes 5 workers, lowlanders, I think. Yes, indeed, and turns and 3 yaks as well. So let's place one of these in here. But I think what we'll do, we'll expand a little bit to the right. The road as per will go around this thing, just so we have good access, although I end up just making a grid system, but it is what it is. So, yeah, that's turning yak into milk and wool. I wouldn't say turning yak, because there's no removal of the resource physically, but it is a global resource. Yaks are a global resource, so I can go for yak breeding. I can place... Oh, that's nice. Hang on. Look at that. It extends the field. Oh, that's really good. I wonder if we would place one there, would it alter it as well? But we're not going to find out. But it's a global resource, yaks as well as the people. So that's good. So we can have the sort of more yak farming over there. Okay, so back over here. So this is going to turn... Let's see, yaks. We produce milk and wool. So for that one, it's going to be cheese making, and we'll put the cheese maker in. We'll put it right next door. So we send the milk to the cheese maker, cheese goes to that, and then that gets distributed among these guys. Is that true? That is indeed true. We also need some more. Well, we need eggs as well. So all that resource is going to have to be around here. So it's going to be eggs, and then we'll have the chicken farm type thing that goes there. And now we can upgrade these. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It also is demanding some flour as well, which we'll probably have to get on later on. But we'll just continue on with the tutorial here. So it says, great job. Now it's time to expand upwards and see what the mountain has to offer. Just like a bridge, you can connect 2 regions on the same level. Shafts can be used to climb higher. So here we have a shaft, and we can place it at the bottom of a mountain, like this. Yep, and then we can then go up to the top, which we're going to place in, well, there seems a reasonable approach. And, yep, we've also got this big wheel at the top as well. I guess that's to ferry resources up and down using a hoist system. Okay, good. Splendid. Now you have reached the region in the middle zone. Yeah, and it does have a physical change. So this is all like lush and green, whereas we go further up, I wouldn't say it's not a lush environment, but it's more autumnal. There's a lot more, well, there's a lot of wildflowers. It's turning from the greens to the more yellow and golden colours. And speaking of golden colours, there's actually some resources there. Not gold, but it is copper. Anyway, so it says, splendid, reach the middle zone. Production output for some buildings depends on which zone they are placed in. This is shown on their tooltip, like so. Okay, so if we go to honey, for example, produces honey which can be further processed and distributed to your citizens via the marketplaces. Excuse me. Okay, and example, a building working this way as a beekeeper. They want to keep bees. It produces significantly more resources if placed in a middle zone. So if we place it at the lowlands, and I'm going to call it the highlands, I assume that's what it is, it only produces 2 honey, but in the middle zone, it is producing 5. So, well, let's put that in, right? And then we'll connect that up. Like so. Okay, continue. If one, oh, okay, this is a bit different here. Warehouses. If we want to provide our people with honey, we need to find a way to transport it all the way down. A beekeeper can only send resources to nearby buildings, so we need to build a warehouse. Warehouse stores resources and allows for sending goods over long distances. Not restricted by range. So this does have a range in terms of its supply. So it's producing honey, but we can't send it down here. Okay, so we have to use an intermediate warehouse to supply stuff, I think. So we're going to place a warehouse. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to preemptively build a sort of road across here, and we'll have a row of warehouses where obviously we'll be sending it down this area. So I'm going to place it in there. So there is the warehouse, perilously on the side here, and then we can send that to there. And again, it does have a range, so need to make sure that's in there. And we get this very interesting and bright marker above there to demonstrate what it is without us having to click on it. So, continue. As already mentioned, warehouses can be used to transport resources over long distances. Warehouses don't have ranges, they have carriers instead. The more carriers assigned to the transport route using the plus button, the more resources can be transported. Carriers are recruited from unemployed artisans. Okay, so not lowlanders. Unlike production buildings, a single warehouse can send resources to multiple destinations. So, income, beekeeper, 5 of. Net profit of 5. Outcome, not output. I guess we'll say send it there. 1 carrier, send there. 1 carrier. And we still got plus 3.1. So I'm going to say more and more. I don't know why the marketplace here is different. I'm guessing it's the range. I think it might be the range. Because we've got 3 carriers there and 2 there. Anyway. So, other thing we gained access to by expanding higher are the resource deposits. We've spotted some mines. Let's start mining copper and use it for copper utensil production. So, copper mines. So you place the copper mines on the edge here. Those look very nice. We've also got copper up there as well, but it's covered in... Is that copper? It looks like it's the same... Oh, that's salt. Right, so there's salt and there's copper here. Okay, but we're only doing copper for this period. So we place the mine up there, and then looks like we have to place the winch house, essentially, down the bottom. Oh, like that. That looks really nice. Okay. I'm going to build a couple, because why not? Do we build 3? We might as well. I'm noticing there is no resources to build these. I'm not having to gather wood. I'm not having to do any of that. It just... You just get a set amount of... you're just able to build. It's how it is. So this is going to come down and along. And it's in. But we need to then supply the copper utensil maker. So I'm going to place a copper utensil maker there. So from here, we send 4 copper to the copper utensil maker. And indeed, there's someone running along carrying some resources. Oh, interesting. It's receiving 4-4. Does that mean it's a 1-to-1 ratio? We can't get any more. Let's continue. Great, now you can build another warehouse and send copper utensils down to distribute them? That's a word now. Distribute them. After doing so, your people will be very close to upgrading their houses again. Make sure that happens. Also provide them with textiles for wool. You can either build new yak shacks. Can't get that song out of my head now. This objective has no caste requirement for which houses you should upgrade. So we need to upgrade these houses. Okay, that's fine. So we need more yaks. Missing 6. Let's go ahead and build some more yaks. And I think we're going to go for a yak shack there and a yak shack there. And placing it there sadly doesn't No, it doesn't. It seems not to, yeah, connect up. And sadly, we can't even place that because I don't think I can get a road there, you know? I genuinely think that the road is... Are we genuinely stuck? I am going to demolish those two then. Again, there's no requirement for... resources for building things. So there's the axe anyway. So we now have positive. So let's if I was going to send that to there, it's receiving 8, so it's pointless. It is a 1-to-1 ratio. Okay, so we're going to go for 1 and 2. So we'll stop sending it there. We'll send it there instead. This one, we're going to send it there. And then all of those resources we will send... Ooh, can we send it to... It says the warehouse has no range requirement, but I guess these do. Yes, they do. So, disable building, reset storage, close building panel. Destroy building, I guess. So we're going to have to build it closer to these. So clicking on that, around here is basically the place I can put the warehouse. So I'll place the warehouse there. So we're sending utensils there, and utensils there, because quite frankly, it's just an intermediary, and we're on +18. So we're going to send the carriers to there, and let's just send all of that. Let's go for there. Right, we're also needing, as far as I can tell, some more honey. We do have a shortage of honey, so let's go ahead and sort that out. So it's honey and bees, so 1 and 2. Those will go to there, and indeed to there, and we can just increase the amount of carriers that we have. And I think both of those are now satisfied. So, still need to upgrade our production, and in this case it is textiles, which is the yak shack, which we do have over here. And we've got a weaver. It turns wool to textiles. Okay. I guess then, to be honest, because the yak thing is a global resource, we can just keep yaks over on this side. And I think over here we're going to build... We'll have a lot of yak shacks and weavers, but we'll probably send it to a warehouse. Yeah, that seems like a sensible decision. Sensible at the moment. So, we're going to send from that yak shack, we'll send the stuff over to a weaver. So it is wool to there, then that to there, then that to there, and also to there. Oh. And I have no carriers available. I need more artisans. Okay, that's possible. Let's do that then. I can place it right next door, right? I mean, I can, but it's not the good idea, is it? Because we need to build around. So let's bring this down. This is me going off the tutorial script, basically. That's why we have a little shortage here. So there's the assignment there, and we also need some more houses around here, which will probably require even more stuff as well. So we need more honey. I mean, is that about right? The ratios are fine. How much honey we've got here? 6.9. We don't need that amount of honey there. So there is a lot more logistics involved than I expected. However, it's not really... I guess it's not a surprise. It being a vertical city builder, you would expect a lot of transported resources. Okay, so we are wanting then... Oh, these can all be upgraded. Yes, they can. All right, fair enough. It doesn't have a requirement, but if we had cheese over here and paper, it would... Is that paper? Textiles, sorry. We can upgrade them, but we're already halfway. This place requires just a lot more stuff. Hang on then. So it needs more honey. There's the honey situation pretty much sorted. More eggs. That's a very easy thing to do. It's just more eggs. So, like there. Send it there. It needs more cheese. So there's the cheese maker. So we need... I guess we just need another... Do we need another yak shack? Yes, we do. and another cheesemaker. That should be okay. So, Yak Shack with a cheesemaker, and while I'm at it, another one of those. So send the milk there, send that over to there, send that to... Darn it, not in range. Can I do that? And will it be in range now? I bet it's not. Not. It's not in range, so it can't go to there. So I'm going to have to demolish that. And then place it in there. We've got a big dead zone, though, of space. I mean, I can possibly build along. That can go there. That can go to there. This is going to have to be... That's going to have to be moved. Okay, so a lot more space is required for this sort of thing. So that can go to there. Just double checking that to there, that to there. And then that was supplying, wasn't it? Yeah. Actually, we'd better sending that to there, because then we can supply to other areas. Like, for example... Oh, are we literally out of... We're sending a lot to there. We're sending a lot more than we need, so we'll reduce that down. And send more over there. Still need more weavers, but I'm tempted just to build it in situ, quite frankly. So, I think the Yak Shack back here would be fine. There and there. I'm just going to shift it to the left a little bit. Like that. So we'll send the wool to there, and then the wool goes to that. Okay. And for these guys, they're wanting a bath. Okay. The bathhouse can go... Oh! Oh, the bathhouse can go up here. That is fine. It's far from ideal, but that's the tutorial ticky box done. So what have we built? Is anything we're missing, really? I don't know. Need more flour. We need more eggs. I'm just going to get that done because it just feels right that we get those resources. We need more honey, and we can send it to... That's not what I wanted to do. Right, that's that done. Then we need more flour. Oh! Great job, you've successfully built a thriving mountain settlement. Last thing in this demo, let's take a very quick look at avalanches. One way of dealing with them is to trigger them preemptively before they get too powerful. Let's hope it won't be too late. Okay, I'll get onto that in a moment. I just don't want to leave this with deficits. I want to leave it better than we found it. So, both of those are sending resources to that. And I'm going to guesstimate that we are out of range if I was to place that there. I am out of range. Oh, it's getting all snowy. Okay, I'm going to have to follow the tutorial then because it's telling me to crack on with this. So let's build up the mountain way, like that. And we need some more yaks actually. Yak Shack. And build special avalanche inducer. Let's have a quick look though. Watchtowers. Take control over further mountain areas. You need to build a watchtower on every slope without a mountain descent path. Donation spot. Avalanche barriers. I was going to say, have we got like buildings and opportunities to stop avalanches? As in, if it does hit our buildings, can we build like defenses against it? There's base camps, painters, foundries. Anyway, avalanche control room, essentially, is what it is. And there we go. Missing more yaks. So I want to connect vertically. Okay, and I guess trigger avalanche. Oh. Okay. So there's the avalanche we've triggered, and... Oh, it seems to destroy the buildings it hits. Wow. Okay. That's That's a thing. Anyway, thanks a lot for trying the demo of Laysara Summit Kingdom. You are now familiar with the core systems of the game, but we'll have many more features when it launches into Steam Early Access later in the year. Use advanced transportation methods, production chains, the castes, monks. Build epic towns over the mountains, and it looks like it's almost a 360 around the mountain. Build barriers, plant trees, and use avalanche inducers properly to never see your town buried in snow again, and raise a summit temple at the very peak as a symbolic act of conquering the elements before you move on to the next mountain. There we go. Well, that has been a nice look at the Laysara Summit Kingdom, and apparently it has not saved the settings for audio. Yeah, overall it seems to be a nice little taster at what is to come. Can't say I felt overly challenged there, but that's not a bad thing. It may be leaning on the more chill side of it. Naturally, as the full game is released, we'll have more things to deal with. So more castes, which is monks, which means more requirements, more logistics. That was one that threw me a little bit. There's a lot of logistics in the game, and naturally we'll have the various forces in play for the mountain elements as well as the avalanches to deal with things like that. I'm not too sure whether there'll be other such events, storms, weathers, raids. It's sort of up in the air, but either way, from the demo, I am quite intrigued. It has my attention. So yeah, I'll be checking this out probably when it is released into, well, it says there early access, but we'll see how things go. Hopefully you have had some enjoyment watching a little bit of the game. If you want to see more, by all means, let me know. Not for this demo, but for in future. And as always, the links for the game will be in the description. The demo is still available at the time of recording, so you may want to check it out yourself if that is desired. And with that, I will, I guess, bid you farewell. As always, hope you have enjoyed the video. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and generic partings.